Well, hello again. We just got done eating my fantastic spaghetti. Kip and I had to refrain from having third helpings. I'm telling you, it's so good. So now, since I'm on a kick, I thought I would show you how to make, is my stove still on? Thought I'd show you how to make my favorite dessert of all time, lemon icebox pie. I make it a little bit different than what my mom makes because I put, you guessed it, cream cheese in it, and I top it with a meringue. If you don't like a meringue, then you can use the thawed, whipped topping that you find in the freezer aisle. But I love a meringue, so I'm gonna go the extra step. I could not find any graham cracker crusts, pre-made pie crusts at the store. This is still during the quarantine of March 2020. So I'm having to make my own. Luckily, I had one package of graham crackers left, so I was able to, hold on, let me point this down. There we go. So I was able to scrounge up my own stuff. So this is what you'll need for the graham cracker crust. 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 1 whole pack, which is 9 graham crackers of graham crackers, and a stick of butter. I use salted so that I don't have to add salt and therefore over salt it. And then for the lemon meringue, all you need is sweetened condensed milk, 1 can, a lemon, juice of 1 lemon, and then 1 package of thawed cream cheese. Now this cream cheese is still in the thawing stage, so that's okay because by the time I make this crust, bake it, and let it set, that should be up to room temperature. So, so we're just gonna pour these pulverized crackers in. Okay, you put this in the dishwasher. And I'll wash my hands real quick. Okay. Now I've got my oven set to 350 because we only have to bake the crust for 10 minutes. You can choose to not bake it, but I prefer to bake it so that it will hold better. So just 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Hold on. It's like the last few bits of it, so just that much packed. Put that in there. And then I'm going to melt this butter, let it cool, and then I'll mix it in here and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. The butter has melted. I've already poured it in here. So I'm just gonna mix all of this up. Again, this is the graham crackers, brown sugar, and butter. Just make sure it's all incorporated. Oh my word, this smells amazing. It smells like Christmas and it's March. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's pretty much incorporated. So I'm gonna put it in my pretty little pie dish that my sweet friend Amanda Reed got me for my wedding gift. And we're just gonna press it in. They say to use a cup to press it out, and I may just do that. So this, I didn't really, it's very obvious that I did not pulverize these graham crackers as well as I should have, because I'm feeling some lumps. So I'm just going to crumble them as I go. I mean, we could just call this a dessert right here. It smells amazing. I let the butter kind of caramelize. I didn't mean to. I stepped away to kind of clean up my area, and it started to caramelize, tomato. Anyway, but that never hurts anything. It's essentially what brown sugar is. Okay. Well, still feeling some lumps here. And seeing some lumps. Okay. So I'm going to press this as evenly as possible. Look, I could get a glass cup and really smooth this out, but I'm not concerned. None of my dishes are aesthetically appealing, and that's really not what I'm going for. I'd rather it taste better than it looks. Much with my spaghetti and lo mein. What else didn't turn out really pretty? I think that's all the videos I've done so far. Ugh, I hate this part. So I'm gonna wash up real quick, and then I'm gonna pop this in the oven for about 10 minutes at I think I said 350 before, but it's actually 325. 325 for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna let it cool. And then while it's cooling, we're gonna get started on the filling. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just taken the crust out of the oven. It's over there cooling. So let's go ahead and make the filling, which is just 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, which I could just drink on its own and call that a day. We don't want to waste 1 drop. Okay, I'll go find a corner and lick out the rest of that later. And then I just juiced that whole lemon that I had. So I'm just going to pour that in there. Actually, I'm going to take this top off because I don't trust that spout. Okay, and that's typically just the original recipe. But I want mine to set up better. Icebox pies tend to be temperamental, and I don't like them to be so runny, which is why I add the cream cheese. So you know what? I've had a change of heart. I think I'm only going to use half of this, because I don't want it to be overly cream cheese, and that's just a little bit over half. Just gonna cube it up real quick before I give it a nice little whisk there. Okay. So just on low. Or on high. just whisked it until all the lumps are gone. Okay, so we're gonna let that set. And then once this is, well, just making sure there's no more lumps. Okay, I'm gonna get my eggs out. We'll come back, we'll make the meringue, and then we'll put all this together. Okay, I started pouring the filling in before I remembered I hadn't hit the record button. So this, after the pie crust is cooled, again, you don't have to bake the crust. I just prefer to, because I want it to set up a little better. It's still gonna crumble. It's probably not gonna come out perfect. The first piece never does when you cut a pie. The first piece is like, meh. That's my sound effect for that. Meh. Just trying to spread this to where it's pretty even. Okay. So I'm gonna set this in the fridge to set up, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna make the meringue. Okay, we're back. We're gonna make this meringue. So it's pretty simple. It's just 2 or more egg whites. I only have 2 in here. A little pinch of salt, a half teaspoon of cream of tartar, and then a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're gonna slowly whisk these on like a medium speed, and then once it gets to a frothy, once it looks pretty frothy, then we're going to increase the speed and slowly add the white sugar, which is only 2 tablespoons of that at a time. So I won't have time to stop, so I'm telling you now. Okay, you can do this in a stand mixer. I'm choosing to do this in a hand mixer. For all you commoners that don't have a stand mixer. Just kidding. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to check and see how stiff the peaks are. So when you lift this, oops, there you go. You see that peak? It's real flimsy. It's not a stiff peak, so we got to keep going. Check our peaks again. Okay, so it kind of has a little limp, so we're almost there. All right. No limp. It's standing straight up, so that's perfect. I'm going to tap these out. I'm going to eject these whisks so I can tap out the rest. throw all this in the dishwasher real quick and I'll be right back. Washing my hands. Okay, so now we're gonna get out the pie. Yay, look at that. No jiggle. That's what I wanted. Yay! Okay, so I move this down again and this blasted thing. Okay, and we're gonna spread our meringue over the top like this. Aw, man. Oh well, it's all gonna taste the same. And it's gonna be covered up with meringue. I would double the eggs, well, double this recipe if you were putting this meringue over like a 9 by 13 or something. But this is perfect for just this small little pie. Trying to smush it where it'll... Okay, and at this point, this is where you'll make the peaks so that it'll just lift up. Okay, go in a corner and eat the rest of that later. Okay, I'm gonna get my, you can broil this in an oven under the broil, but I'm gonna go get my little blowtorch and I'm gonna show you how to do it by hand. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So if you have one of these, I just have a little simple one somebody gave us for our wedding gift. So you're just gonna burn the top. I want that to be a bigger flame. I do prefer to use a blowtorch just because when I when I put things in the broiler, I get sidetracked. I tend to forget them. So look how gorgeous that is. If you don't have one of these and you're kind of a pyro like I am, you kind of need it. Oh, and it smells so good as it's burning. And I tell you, that is about the prettiest meringue I've ever made. Okay, there it is, folks. I will slice it first because the first slice is always gross. So I'll show you the second slice. All right, everyone. So I went ahead and cut out a piece as it was setting, just so I could see how well it set. So it looks like it's set up pretty well. But again, this is a homemade crust, and most of the time these things don't go well for me, but it looks pretty for right now, so at least there's proof that it did set up. So I'm gonna dish this out, and I don't have a pie server thing. What can I use? I don't have a little spatula yet. I do. Okay. Oh no. Well, it did better than I thought. You know what? I could have had it set a little longer. Hold on. Here you can see all the layers. I could have had it set a little longer. It's just slightly stiffer than the Icebox pies that I'm used to. But it tastes amazing. How do I know? Because I tried the first slice, but I'll try this one for you. Hold on. Okay. Nope. Forgive me as I navigate these. Okay. Can you see? Okay. Here we go. It's tart. It's smooth. It's creamy. It's everything I love about Icebox pies. If you try this recipe, hopefully you don't forget to get your pre-made graham cracker crusts. I mean, it's not as bad as I really thought it was going to be, but it's even better than I thought it was going to be as far as taste. So anyway, if you try this, please post your picture on my Facebook so I can feel a little bit normal. Enjoy! See you later!